everybody, it's Monday night, a couple of days before Shepton Carnival. Just on my way to Wells to meet up with the others to get the cart ready to drive it to Shepton to get into the lineup ready for the carnival on Wednesday. So I'm now here in Wells, met up with the others. We're just getting the units backed out and hitched up, ready for the journey to Shepton. Currently being held on Wells bypass because we can't get into Shepton lineup until 9 o'clock. It's currently about 8 o'clock, so we've got a little bit of time to wait here until they're ready for us. So we're now on our way to Shepton after being held up a little bit on the bypass, but we're on our way now. Should get there just after 9, I think. Just currently following on behind the generator trailer. In a minute I'm going to turn off and take a shortcut through to Shepton, through the back lanes, and meet them at the other end on foot, so I can help hitch up and everything like that without having to worry about my car. So I've just got to the lineup area. This is the roundabout at the top of Cannon's Grave. All the marshals are just getting ready to receive all the carts. Just walking down Whitstone Road now to meet up with our cart coming towards us up the hill. Haven't seen any other carts yet, so they're all on their way in convoy and they should be here soon. Okay, the first few carts are starting to arrive. This is Limekiln, I think, just hitching up just before they get to the top of Whitstone Road. And here's our cart now, just waiting for us, waiting in line just to hitch up. We'll have to move on a bit further up the road first though. Not enough room to hitch up here. So we've got the go ahead to go and hitch up. That's what we're going to do now. So we're now just moving down the lineup into position. I think we're nearly there. Yeah, not too close. Get left just slightly. That's it. Straight, straight.
Are you going a bit now to the right?
No, stay as you are, as you are. No, you're going into the trees. Not. That's it. No, you're clear of them now. Go over to the right now.
You can keep on that white line, Ben.
So that's it, we're parked up in our position, quite near the front of Shepton, which is nice for a change. And that's it for tonight. Catch you again on Wednesday. Good morning, it's Shepton Carnival Day. Just about to head on to the cart to meet up with the others and see what he's doing. So I've just arrived at the cart, there's nobody else here yet, but there is a few jobs I can get on with in the meantime. First thing I'll do, join the cables up between the drawbars. We actually came out last night to do a few bits and bobs and connected up the main cables then, but we've still got to do the speaker cables, so let's do that now. So we've decided to add a couple of snow machines to our cart for the locals. So to do that, we need to wire in a feed for the power. So I'm going to make a start on that. I'm going to put the snow machines just on top of this tower, one this side, one the other side. So to wire these in, there's a load of spare cables just up in here that we used to power the roof in previous years that are just not being used. So I'm going to take one of those and try to trace this down to here and find where it is in the fuse board at the bottom. So I'm going to take this feed here and take this out and get it ready for attaching the snow machines to. Now the snow machines are powered by a couple of kettle leads. So what I'm going to do is I've got some old kettle leads in the car, I'll grab them in a minute, chop the end off, the plug end, and wire it directly into this. Hello. Right, so what I'm going to do is short out the live and the neutral, which will mean I can find the cable at the bottom by using a meter to check the continuity. So now what I need to do is try and find which one of these wires is the other end of that one up there. So to do that, I need to continuity test between each one of these wires and the neutrals in here. So let's take the cover off of this. So what I'm going to do now is detect continuity between the neutral, which is this, and each one of these cables here. So I'm going to choose each one until I find the one that is sorted out. There we go. I think this might be the one here. Let's just strip off the end of this and double check. Yeah, that's the new one. So I'm going to put that one over here just so I know which one it is. Then to confirm, go back up the ladder, take the connector block off, and that short should go away. Right, so now if we check the continuity, this should no longer be a short. Yes, so this is definitely the right cable. So let's thread this back up through into the fuse board. And we wire it into this spare breaker here, the one at the top. So that's it, all wired into the fuse board. Let's just tidy up these cables, and that's the bottom half of this job done. We then got to go up to the top and fit in, wire in the kettle leads into that new cable we just found. So these are the kettle leads that I need to fit up there to power these. So that just fits in the back of there. So what I'm going to do is chop the plug off, use a connector block, connect it up to that wire up at the top there. Yep.
Who's whistling that song?
That's the first one done. Let's bring this wire across to there, and we'll have the second one done. So one thing I've got to be a little bit careful of is the exhaust here, which can get hot. So to make sure this cable is routed around that and this way here. But that should be it. Just going to tape the wire up here so it doesn't dangle down and get tangled up in the motor. Okay, so that's the power all sorted out. Next thing, the smoke machines come with a remote control on a wire. So we need to somehow get the control wire down to the bottom there, come out the bottom so that we can switch it on and off from down below. So we'll just do that now. So this is the end that plugs into the snow machine. So that needs to stay up here. And this end can go down there. So I think that's done in the right place. Let's see if we can find it at the other end. And here it is. It's one wire. Do the same with the other one now. So for the snow to come out the front here, you just need to take this panel off. Might be able to just leave this panel off, or maybe cut a little piece out. So there we go, just came in a test and it all seems to work. So we suffered a little bit of damage on the way between Wells and Shepton, probably some trees or something down through Croscombe. Just fixing the holders up on the top, Mr. Mike O'Neill. Doing a good job up there. So if you've seen my previous videos, you'll know that the front spinning bit has had some problems with it. We've fixed it quite a few times. This should be properly fixed now. We're just giving it a bit of a test. So what's happened is we've welded the collar there onto the shaft to stop it slipping round and pulling the wires out of the connector block. We're just giving it a test now to make sure it's all good. So we've got a team of people now changing a few light bulbs. So we've done all our repairs, we've added the snow machines, just changing a few more bulbs and we should be ready for the carnival. So what's going to happen tonight is we're going to go around Shepton Carnival procession. Then when we get to the end, we'll go on back in a big loop and come back to where we started. And then we're going to head on to Wells in convoy with all the other carts and line up on Wells bypass, ready for Friday night's Wells Carnival. So it's about 7 o'clock, we need to start the generator up and start getting people on. So that's the end of the carnival. We've just gone around the whole procession, just crossed the finish line, just riding in the back of the generator now until we get back round to where we started, to where we can get everybody off. I'll just double check people's clear of the drawbar and then we'll go. I'll radio you. Lily, just can you get over to this side? Yeah, all clear, Colin. So we've got everyone off, just in a bit of traffic now while we wait for those ahead of us to split down, and then we're going to move up and split down as well. We just disconnected the cables on the back drawbar, so all that's left is to split the vehicles, take the pin out, put the spare lorry on, and then we can be on our way to Wells. So we're just waiting here at this dispersal area. The marshals are holding all the carts back before we break down, I think waiting for all the public to disperse before they let us pass the fire station to break down and head on to Wells. So the public are clear from the car parks now. All the cars have started to move, so ours should be along any second now. So we've just broken down in front of the fire station and coupled up the spare lorry, just on our way to Wells now. So that was a pretty good carnival. It seems to go so much better when it doesn't rain. A lot more stuff continues to work the whole way around. We did have a couple of problems though. The side-to-side movement on the front of the lorry looks like the chain has come off of that, so that needs looking at on Friday morning. You might have seen me during procession jump up and snip a wire to get a piece off of one of the spinning things on the main trailer. That needs repairing. The snow machine seems to work pretty well, quite effective. I think the crowd liked them. So yeah, all in all, I think it was a pretty good carnival. Really enjoyed it. So we're just following on behind the generator trailer again. Just coming up to Croscombe now. This is pretty tricky to drive through here with such a big vehicle because of all the trees. They generally have to drive in the middle of the road to try and get through them without any damage. That's why we have escort vehicles in front, just to make sure they're clear of any oncoming traffic. Shouldn't take us too long to get to Wells. We're going to line up on the Wells bypass on the left hand side. In previous years it's been on the right hand side, but this year it's on the left hand side. Looks like we're coming up to a bit of traffic now. Going through Croscombe, there's quite a few twists and turns in the road, so the carts in front of us probably slowed down a bit to negotiate those. So we saw George as we went past the start of the carnival. He actually took part in the carnival today with Gorgon's Carnival Club. So I'm pretty sure he had a good time walking around with them, playing his guitar. So we're through Croscombe now and we're just approaching the end of Wells bypass. There'll be a road closure just up ahead. And all the carts are going to go straight on. If there's any of the general public on this road, then they'll be directed around Wells a different way. But we're going to go straight ahead so we can get into line-up position. So we're now through the road closure, just heading down the bypass. And we should shortly be in position. When we get there, we're going to have to disconnect the spare lorry again and hitch up the cart. So it looks like everything's slowing up here. I think we're going to hitch up very shortly. So we just hitched up the generator trailer back onto the main cart and we're ready to pull up into our final position.
Once again, well, push on this way, see if we can go.
So we're all done on the Wells bypass, on the line-up, ready for Wells Carnival on Friday. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.